Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Motive Racing. We are here for our seasonal opener at Ruapuna Park for our Tier 1 drivers. They're just going out on track now to warm those tyres up, getting ready for their evening of racing. We're just seeing Ollie Moore shredding those tyres. Unfortunately, Yonko has got a penalty already in the pits, failed to put that pit limiter on, it looks like. DLG out on the track at the moment, our multiple world record holder. He holds the world record here in the V8 Supercar, which he managed to get today. Massive congratulations to the only G. And I think it does have the world record for every V8 Supercar track which the Renault Clio fits into for the whole season. So yeah, very well done to him. At the moment we do only have Motoring Morgan in the pits, and Motoring Morgan was our season championship runner-up 2 weeks ago. JR, our champion last season, out on track at the moment in the first sector, hits that curb, slides around, pushing those tyres already, trying to get them warm, sliding around. If you're just joining us, ladies and gentlemen, please feel free to comment. I am broadcasting on my own this evening. Andy isn't here. He is currently on a driving test at Daytona and unfortunately can't make it, so feel free to leave a comment. Let me know who you think is going to take this first round here at Ruapuna Park for these little Clios. A lot of fast drivers in here. Obviously, with the rules we have here at Motive, it does mean that if you are in the top 5 of Tier 2, you will get brought up to Tier 1, and unfortunately the bottom 5 of Tier 1 will get moved down, so it's a very competitive tier with a lot of fast drivers. At the moment we're on board with RDJ, our esports driver here at Motive Racing. I don't know whether he's using a controller tonight or his wheel. We did see him playing foot champs at Nauseous Life 2 weeks ago on his controller. Absolutely phenomenal performance from him there. Just sliding around the first sector. I think just in front of him is Smithy in that purple and white car, our favourite Twitch streamer here at Motive Racing. All of them all on the first flying laps, so we'll have to keep an eye on the boards at the moment. It does look like Ollie Moore is going to be one of the first ones to put a lap in. I don't know who's out in front. Is that Foul? You know, it's Foul's opposite livery, but at the moment I only know Ollie Moore is on a lap, one of the first ones to come around. So yeah, like I say, ladies and gentlemen, please feel free to leave a comment who you think is going to take the sprint race here for round 1 of our Tier 1 race. So our first laps have been done, ladies and gentlemen. A 1:30.8 for the only G. Sitting on provisional pole at the moment, 1.1 behind. We have Ollie Moore. Motoring Morgan in third at the moment, 6 seconds off the pace, so obviously just warming those tyres up. And Smithy comes in fourth. 1.4 off the pace. Rob has put it in 0.8 behind our leader at the moment, the early G. We're going to take a lap on board, ladies and gentlemen, with our provisional pole sitter here at Ruapuna Park. As I'll just find some stats for you to listen to about Ruapuna Park. It is actually called the Mike Perry Motorsport Park, and it is the major events it holds is the Lady Wigram Trophy, New Zealand Formula Ford, New Zealand V8, Porsche GT3 Cup, New Zealand Drift Series and New Zealand Grand Prix. The length of the track is 2 miles. It has 11 turns, and the lap record holder is Scott Dixon in 1998, doing a 1:15 lap. Absolutely flying. The track also features a drag strip, pit garages, racing school for Andy, a speedway circuit and a radio controlled circuit. So it's a brilliant facility out in New Zealand. A very good track for these little Renault Clios. Lots of twisty little turns. We're going to have a brilliant evening of racing. Definitely going to be exciting for these drivers. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Currently sitting on pole now, our championship winner for season 1, JR. 2/10 out in front of the LG, as someone just pulls to the side there to let him through. A lot of respect between these fast boys. We all know they're as fast as each other and willing to show respect. It looks like JR's pulled out that gap now to 6/10 in front of the only G, so it does look like we've got a really good battle going on. Less than a second between our top 4 drivers at the moment. And it looks like there in the background someone's just managed to spin out. I didn't quite catch who that was just behind JR. Grandad Steve sitting in the pits, maybe changing his setup with 8 minutes to go. 3 seconds off the pace at the moment. Hovnov currently sitting 3.5 seconds off the pace. I'm going to call him Hovnov purely because that's just simple to say. Simpler than Hovnopalata. Yeah, let's just call him Hovnov. Yomko also come up from tier 2. It looks like Swiss Tony as well, Malik in here, Smoky Devil as well. We've got a full grid this evening, ladies and gentlemen. There we go, JR just pulling to the side, coming through the last corner. A little bit of contact there from a car behind. He manages to make his way through though. Still 6/10 in front of our second position driver, the only G. Looks like he's been hit there from someone. I don't really know what happened there. Maybe a little bit of lag. So our second position driver at the moment, the only G, coming through the middle sector now. Will he be able to improve on that 6/10 gap? Flying through the right hander, breaks into the left, cuts over the curb. Will he be able to get a good drive out of this last corner now? Downshifts, turns in, keeping it tight out of the apex now. As much power as he can get out of this little CLIO. Will he be able to get that 6/10 gap down? Provisional pole might be his. Will it be it? Unfortunately not. He doesn't improve on that lap of a 1:30.8. Currently sitting second though. Morgan's in the pits now. Rob sitting 4th. Comes across the line to start another lap with 6.5 minutes to go here at Ruapuna Park. If you're just joining us, ladies and gentlemen, you're here for an absolutely brilliant race, brilliant night of racing here at Motive. It's our seasonal opener for our tier 1 drivers, a full grid this evening here at Ruapuna Park in the little Renault Clios. We're just about to get underway. 6 minutes until we go racing, ladies and gentlemen. Please comment who you think is going to take the win in our sprint race. So it looks like Smithy's pulling a brilliant lap. 1 second behind our race leader at the moment. 5 drivers within nearly a second. Just remember, guys, the rule hasn't changed from season 1. If you are in the top 5 for the sprint race, you're unable to qualify for the feature race, so it's going to be absolutely brilliant for the second race. Those boys trying to battle it out to get through the mid pack and back up to the front. We're on board with G now. Does he improve that lap? No, unfortunately not. So maybe his tyres have worn down just a little bit too much. No, he isn't improving on that lap time. Let's have a look at the timings then. So he was 0.02 off the pace then to improve his lap. So he needs to find 6/10 somewhere to be able to put himself on pole. It does look like though JR is content with that lap of a 1:30.1. He's just sitting in the pits at the moment. We're on board with RGJ, everyone's favourite YouTuber. Coming round the hairpin to enter sector 2 now. Into the last corner now, RDJ, will he be able to improve on that lap? At 1:30.9 he's on in the moment, 7 tenths off our leader JR in the pits at the moment though. Will he do it? He's currently in 4th, unfortunately not, he's still in 4th, although it does look like the only G's improved on his lap time. He's still 0.3 behind JR, so JR is flying this evening. Someone there behind, moving the lawn, pushing a little bit too much on the grass. A lot of drivers look happy to just sit in the pits now, or possibly sorting race setups out with 3 minutes to go. Grandad Steve back out on track. Runs wide there through the hairpin in the middle sector. So it looks like his lap isn't going to be the best he can put in. Smoky Devil pushing that car to the limits. Coming into the final sector now. Will he be able to improve on that 3rd position at the moment? 0.4 in front of him is Swiss Tony. He runs wide in the last corner. Oh, very unfortunate for Smoky Devil there. Just pushing a little bit too much. We'll join back on board with Only G coming into the last corner now. 0.3 behind. Oh, provisional pole sitter at the moment. Onto the straight now. The Only G. Just remember, he is the world record holder around here. Across the line he goes. And he doesn't improve again, so he'll go once more. If you're just joining us, ladies and gentlemen, you're here for the Tier 1 Championship opener here at Ruapuna Park. As we see, the Only G back in the pits looks happy to sit 2nd at the moment. RDJ still out on track. Please comment who you think is going to win our sprint race after this qualifying session, ladies and gentlemen. RDJ losing a bit of time there, sliding all over the track as if he's in a drift car. Still out on track, Ollie Moore currently sitting 8th, but only 1.7 off the pace. So any of these boys have problems in front of him, he'll be able to capitalise on it in the race. He might not be the fastest driver out there, but a lot of these mid-pack boys are very consistent. There we are, we're on board now, ALTAL. Let's jump in the cockpit. Take a lap on board with him. This left-hander, very tricky to get right. You cut that curb too much and it does exactly that. The commentator curse, he runs wide onto the grass. Slam the brakes on now, keep it tight in the apex as much as you can, straight back on the power through this tight little twisty S section into a chicane. We go right, then we go left, the back end sliding all over the place in this front wheel drive CLIO. Into the hairpin in the middle sector now, sliding all over the place, the rear end. ALTAL pushing as much as he can now to get onto that podium. With less than a minute to go, he might be able to get one last lap in before the end of this qualifying session as he comes onto the back straight now. Into the last corner we go now, ladies and gentlemen. ALTAL currently sitting 5th, 1.5 off the pace. Currently sitting 7th, sorry, 1.5 off the pace onto the finish straight now. Will he be able to improve on that? Currently in front of him, 1/10 is Falgas in the pits, and he isn't able to improve. He's got one last chance now. We're seeing coming across the line our final few drivers in this qualifying session for our sprint race. RDJ on his last lap now. He will be our last finisher for this qualifying session. And we're seeing now Malik, a very aggressive driver here at Motive Racing, on his last lap for this sprint qualifying. Comment below, guys, who you think is going to win this sprint race. A very close one up at the front at the moment. Will Malik be able to capitalise on his previous laps? Currently 4.5 seconds off the pace, but just in front is Swiss Tony, 1/10 in front. Will he be able to do it, ladies and gentlemen? And he does. He's moved up to 12th position. And I wouldn't be I wouldn't be unhappy with that. Definitely starting from the back. With this track being quite twisty and tight, a lot of drivers can make mistakes off the start, so he might be able to capitalise on it. AL Teller, last driver on track, coming across the line, and it wasn't a good lap for him, so he's returned back to the pits. Ladies and gentlemen, our qualifying session for the first race here at Motive Racing in the CLIO Cup of Season 2. JR sitting on pole, our championship winner for Season 2. I didn't even manage to read out the results, but there we go, ladies and gentlemen. JR on pole. The only G sitting in second. Motoring Morgan in third. Our championship runner-up last season. RGJ in fourth. Everyone's favourite YouTuber. Smithy, everyone's favourite Twitch streamer. He's live now, I've heard. Felguest, our favourite controller driver, sitting in sixth. ALTEL in seventh. Ollie Moore in eighth. Hovnov in 9th, Grandad Stee in 10th, H2 Malik in 11th, Yomko in 12th, Swiss Tony in 13th, Smoky Devil coming at the rear in 14th. So we've got a very exciting race in store. Obviously our top 5 drivers were all in within a second. So let's have a look what's going to happen. Obviously in the tier 2 race we did see James come off the line. A very fast start from him. He went through the middle of the Pro Fubby and Pro Alpha and managed to get out in front into that first corner. Will we see the likes of Motoring Morgan and RGJ managing to do that? Or even further down the field, a few drivers managing to get a brilliant start and get through, get out in front. Obviously a few new people joining the stream. You're here just in time, ladies and gentlemen. We're about to get underway for our sprint race here at Motive Racing, our seasonal open. We have JR sitting on pole. Next to him we have the only G. Thank you for joining us. We are about to go racing. Everyone's just putting their setups in now. This isn't the best camera angle for a race start, but it will do for now, ladies and gentlemen. We are looking at the side of everyone's car. There we go, everyone's setups in, ladies and gentlemen. We are about to get racing. 15 minutes of racing ahead. The lights are about to go out. And we go green, ladies and gentlemen. We're underway here at Ruapuna Park for our seasonal opener in the CLIO Cup. The only G gets a brilliant start. He's managed to get past JR, but unfortunately he's on the outside line, as it looks like Motoring Morgan's going from the inside. And he manages to back off a little bit. JR's back in the lead into corner 1. There we go, he just pushes the LNG out wide, very tactical there, as it looks like someone's run wide in the background, but we'll keep on board with this battle at the front as they go through turn 3. Absolutely awesome, and someone span. Oh, very unfortunate there, they touched the grass and managed to spin off through turn 3. It looks like they've all got back underway though. We have got 5 or 6 cars out here in front. It is 5 cars, ladies and gentlemen. We're on lap 1 of this race if you are just joining us. JR, our championship winner last season. And it looks like he's getting a bit of a gap on these boys at the moment. 5 tenths behind is Motoring Morgan. It looks like the only G's lost a bit of time there. He's down to 4th position at the moment. I didn't quite catch what happened there, but he'll definitely not be happy to sit back there as AL Towel gets squarely out of that right-hander. Very unfortunate. Last season he did have a few problems with his tyre temperatures, as it looks like Swiss Tony's going up the inside at the end of that one, pushes him wide. Is Hovnov going to be able to capitalise on this? We are 3 wide across the line, ladies and gentlemen, on lap 1 of this race. We're about to start lap 2 now. We're still 2 wide. Swiss Tony on the inside. Is Hovnov going up the inside of Swiss Tony as we're about to enter turn 1 now? Hovnov happy to just sit there behind. ALTEL later on the brakes covers that line, and Swiss Tony has to give up the position. A touch there from Hovnov, very unfortunate, but ALTEL has managed to get away with that one perfectly. Absolutely brilliant. An awful start there for RDJ on lap 2 now. He's dropped down to 10th position. I don't know what happened with the start, but we'll have to find out from our favourite YouTuber. Back up at the front though, JR out in front with 3 cars trying to catch him behind. We've got Motoring Morgan behind. Daily G's moved up to 3rd, and Falguest on his controller in 4th at the moment. Let's have a look from Fal's position. What is going on in front of him? You can see the Only G with that Monster Energy livery, the same as last season, just in front of him. He's going to be looking to chase him down. 2 seconds behind Ollie Moore. Ollie Moore's had a brilliant start, qualified at 8th I think, made up a few positions to 5th. Fal runs a little bit wide there at the right corner, the right-hander coming into the last corner now to start lap 3. JR currently our race leader. Further down the path though, it does look like we've got a battle. It looks like our favourite YouTuber's cutting the grass there out to that right-hander. Everyone looks to be wanting a bit of that grass this evening. On the inside though, Grandad Steve goes for it. Here's Rob looking for the cutback. Rob gets the cutback and manages to get it done. Will he get the run out of the last corner though, ladies and gentlemen, into the first corner? Will he manage to keep away Grandad Steve? There we go, RDJ manages to keep Grandad Steve behind into the first corner of lap 3. Someone's ran wide though, cutting the grass again. Can't quite tell who that is. It looks like Ovnov Smithy hitting that curb there, gets squirrely. Manages to get away from it. A brilliant start there for Smithy. JR still our race leader, 0.5 behind now, the Only G, so he's managed to overtake Motoring Morgan. Will he be able to overtake JR in the next couple of laps? 10 minutes to go, ladies and gentlemen. Just looking at the comments now. JR said in qualifying he would have done a sub 130 if someone hadn't blocked him on the qualifying run. Very unfortunate there. And we've got a comment from Colin. Good comms, thank you mate, glad to have you here on the stream. And go Fal on the pad. Yeah, Fal's always been an absolutely phenomenal driver. Last night we saw him in the GTE race, up at the front, fighting it out. And the same it looks to be tonight. And we're going to crack open a can of cider. Cheers Fal. Absolutely phenomenal driving as usual from you, Fal. We're going to jump on board with you now, sitting 4th at the moment, just behind Motoring Morgan, our championship runner-upper in season 1. At the moment Fal is in a brilliant position, although he's 2 seconds behind the race leader. If any of them make a mistake, he's able to capitalise on that without hitting them. He's not close enough to hit them. He's far enough away to be able to correct his racing line and get away from any spinning cars. We're on board with him now. The Only G 4/10ths behind JR as they come into the last corner once more. 9 minutes to go, ladies and gentlemen, in this sprint race. JR's led the race all the way. The Only G hasn't had the perfect race. He's come from mid-pack after a problem at the start. I don't know what happened, but he's back up to 2nd now, and he's absolutely flying all over the back of JR as they start lap 5. Just further down the field though, it does look like we've got a battle now. A touch of wheels there. Grandad Steve gets pushed off the track. What is happening here down the rear of the field? But back up the field, Swiss Tony all over the back of Yomko into the first corner. They'll go. Is there going to be a dive up the inside? Swiss Tony looking for any possible opportunity to go for it. A touch there of bumpers. Swiss Tony doesn't get the better off though. He's squirrely but manages to keep going. Those boys are going to be battling out, it looks like, throughout the race and throughout the season. Further down, Hovnov and RDJ. RDJ's had an absolutely awful race. He qualified 4th and he's down in 12th, so I don't know what's happened with him. His bumper's waving at me. I'll wave back on the stream. Glad to have you here, RDJ, as he goes up the inside of Hovnov, gets the overtake done, and it looks like he's going to be chasing down Swiss Tony with 7 minutes to go. Back up at the front, it does look like the only G's had a problem again. We are missing these. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Every time I go off the only G, something happens. It looks like I'm going to have to watch him for the rest of this race for him to be able to win. But our race leader still JR 1.4 in front of Motoring Morgan. We see there at the back of the picture in that blue, white and green car coming into turn 1 now. Further down the field, we've got this 3-car battle going on. 4-car battle, sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Battling it out for 10th position. There we go, Rob going defensive into turn 1. Just behind him, Swiss Tony on the outside line. Hovnov goes for the inside, hits that curb, runs Swiss Tony a little bit wide. Both of them are okay though. Hovnov just sitting in front of Smoky Devil. Now we're on board with Smoky Devil. Rob's getting a bit of a gap in front due to these boys battling it out. As we come down to the hairpin now. Good safe driving from these boys. Up in front, H2 Malik just behind is Smithy down in 8th position at the moment, but further up Falguest in 4th position chasing down the only G. Only G is caught up to Falguest and managed to get past him then. Falguest runs a little bit wide there out to the right hander. Onto lap 7 goes JR now. Less than 6 minutes to go, ladies and gentlemen. I'll tell one of the most consistent drivers here at Motive Racing, always happy to help anyone with wheel setups and car setups. Just behind Malik, our local copper, coming under pressure from Smithy on the start of lap 7. Smithy's got loads more speed than him. Maybe he's going to try and go up this inside. He tries it. Malik covers it though. Into turn 1 they go. And Malik runs wide. Smithy the better driver there. He manages to keep it going and Malik is off in the gravel. Very unfortunate there. He manages to get back going though. So the only G up in 3rd position now, just behind that luminous green car. Falguest in 4th position. JR still your race leader, ladies and gentlemen, for the Tier 1 seasonal opener CLIO Cup sprint race. Further down we do still have battles going on. Yomko and Malik now battling it out. Hovnov and Swiss Tony battling it out as well. We need a lot more screens than this to be able to watch all these battles going on. Yomko's still trying to fight off Malik. Malik runs wide again. It looks like he's enjoying being in that gravel. Very unfortunate there for Malik, but hopefully he'll be able to pick himself up and get going again for the feature race after this. Obviously he'll be able to qualify not being in the top 5, so at the moment Holly Moore, Falguest, the only G, Motoring Morgan and JR will not be able to qualify for the next race due to being in the top 5. They'll have to fight it out from the back. coming across the line now. Less than 3 minutes to go, ladies and gentlemen. Lap 8 of this sprint race. JR has had an absolute stormer. He's ran away with this one, 3 seconds out in front of Motoring Morgan now. The only G has only managed to pressure him, but he's made a few mistakes along the way here in this sprint race. Let's have a look further down the field. Yonko coming under a little pressure from RDJ. RDJ trying to pick up the pieces from earlier instances in the race. Obviously qualified 4th position for this race, so he does have the pace. We'll be looking to do better in the feature race later on after this, so we'll just have a look now at the timing sheet. And so it does look like at the moment Motoring Morgan is our fastest driver out on track, a 1:30.5. Absolutely brilliant pace from these boys. There we are, Malik and Swiss Tony still battling it out for 11th position. And someone runs wide there in the background. Is that Smoky Devil? It is. Manages to come back on track though. 40 seconds to go, ladies and gentlemen. Our race leader JR as he comes into the middle sector. So this is going to be the last lap, I think, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, it's going to be very close, I think, though. We might manage to get one more lap in. We have still got this battle going on. RDJ looks to have got past Yomko on the last lap of this race. Let's show him back up at our leader. 10 seconds to go, so this is going to be the last lap, ladies and gentlemen. We'll try and see what's going on with this battle in the meantime though. RDJ coming through the middle sector into the last corner though. JR, our race winner for the sprint race this evening. Absolutely phenomenal drive from him. He came under pressure from the only G in the first few laps, but the only G had a few issues. Absolutely brilliant race from JR to take the sprint victory. Our championship winner for season 1, just behind Motoring Morgan, crossed the lines. The only G comes away with 3rd, and Falguest in 4th. Our favourite controller racer. Ollie Moore in 5th. Brilliant racing from him, qualified at 8th. AL Tyler, consistent race from him to finish 6th. Smithy in 7th. Rob in 8th. Yomko's going to come across the line in 9th. Hovnov comes out to the last corner in 10th. There we go. Malik coming out of the last corner now. In 11th, Swiss Tony just behind him. Grandad Stee in the back of your picture as well. And unfortunately, Smoky Devil comes around the last corner in last. Not a perfect race from him, but he will be looking to do better for the feature race. Well done to all our drivers this evening in Tier 1. Absolutely brilliant racing from them all. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. JR takes the win. Motoring Morgan behind. The only G in 3rd. Falguest in 4th.
You guys will be getting a new invite for the feature race, by the way.
Falguest in 4th, Ollie Moore in 5th, AL Tal in 6th, Smithy in 7th, RDJ in 8th, Yomko in 9th, Hovnov in 10th, Malik in 11th, Swiss Tony in 12th, Grandad Stee in 13th, and unfortunately Smoky Devil at the back of the grid. But feel free to join us for the feature race. Well done to all our drivers. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. JR takes the home win. So we're just going to wait now for the invite for our feature race. Make sure to stick around, guys. We are about to start our feature race here at Motive Racing. We're just waiting to get underway, get the boys back on the grid for a qualifying session. Obviously JR did take the win in that race. We will try and get him in the commentary box. I think unfortunately though he will be unable to join us, so we will get Motoring Morgan in. JR's wheel disconnects, I think, if he plugs in his mic or joins a party. I think that's right from, but we will try and get Motoring Morgan in now. See how his race was. So let's try and find out how Motoring Morgan's race was for the seasonal opener here at Motive Racing. Hello Morgan.
Hello.
How was that race for you? Obviously you qualified third and managed to finish second. I think G had a few problems in the race, but a very consistent race for yourself and JR. How was that for you for the seasonal opener?
Yeah, no, it was a good season later. You know, qualified third, as you say, finished second. Benefited from G's mistakes. But JR's quick. He is quick. Couldn't match them today.
Yeah, definitely. What's your plan going to be for the feature race then? Obviously not able to qualify, or are you going to go flying from the start, hope that no one's going to have problems in the first corner, or just sit back and see if there's going to be any crashes?
Keep out of trouble.
Yeah, it's a good plan, mate, good plan.
Try and make up places where I can. But, you know, keep second last in the championship. Hopefully go to win this year with it.
Yeah, good luck, mate. Well done in race 1, we'll see you in race 2.
Thank you.
There we go, we just spoke to our championship runner-up for season 1, and he did come second unfortunately in race 2. There we are, we're just going to join the lobby now for our feature race before we get things underway now. So it is going to be 20 laps with a mandatory pit stop, as you see there on the screen, ladies and gentlemen. All drivers just joining now on the grid before we go underway here at Ruapuna Park. Again, feel free to comment who you think is going to qualify on pole. Obviously that top 5 is unable to qualify, so it's going to be a mix up now. I feel it's going to be RDJ. Obviously had a horrendous race then, and it does look like he will be able to qualify, obviously finishing outside that top 5. And also we've got the likes of Smithy and ALTEL, also Grandad Steve's never one to miss. There we are, a comment from DJ Phil. Go JR. A brilliant race just from you, DJ Phil. I did say you were the driver of the day. Very consistent driving from you. A lot of fans were commenting on the stream saying go DJ Phil. Watch it back, mate. Absolutely brilliant race from you. Very consistent driving. whilst we're just getting everyone in, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just going to have a toilet break, so feel free, like I said, to comment who you think is going to win. I'll answer your comments when I get back shortly. We are back, ladies and gentlemen, currently in the pit box of JR, our sprint race winner here at Motive Racing for the seasonal opener. We're joined on board with a few drivers just out at the moment, warming the tyres up. It does look like they've only got a 5-minute qualifying session though, so I'm guessing they're going to just warm the tyres up and have a 1 or 2 lap session. There we go, a comment from DJ Phil. I think Rob will be winning the feature race. Yeah, definitely Rob's not one to ever forget about in feature races. He does like to play it tactically and be able to qualify for them. We did see last season at Alton Park, they qualified on pole and managed to get away, but unfortunately King Venom in the GTEs had too much pace and managed to catch back up, but he's definitely one to watch tonight. Oh, we're just watching Yonko now, our first lap setter for this little qualifying session at 1:38.6 at the moment. Grandad C just coming round now to finish his first lap. There we go then, ladies and gentlemen, at the moment, Swiss Tony currently sitting on provisional pole at 1:34.4. Oh, I say that, ladies and gentlemen, Smithy comes in with a 1:30.8. Absolutely phenomenal one-shot qualifying there from Smithy. A warm-up lap, then a flying lap. It looks like he's on another lap. Someone's spat out the first corner. And he's 3.5 seconds in the lead at the moment. RDJ currently sitting 7th. So it looks like he's still warming his tyres up. Let's have a look where he is. He's in the middle sector at the moment. Still warming those tyres up. Is this going to be a flying lap from him? Does look like he's got traffic in front. Maybe he'll be able to slipstream them on the finishing straight. As he's about to head now into the last corner. He's currently 14 seconds behind Smith. He definitely wants to improve on that. Will he be able to get on pole or in that top 3 for this feature race of the seasonal open? Ladies and gentlemen, RDJ coming across the line now. And he sits second, 1.3 off the pace of Smithy. There we go, ladies and gentlemen, 4 seconds left of this session, so Smithy's about to finish his last lap. Will he be able to improve on it? RDJ goes back to the pit, so obviously wasn't happy, stuck behind that traffic. Didn't think he'd improve. Smithy runs wide. Will that be the faster line though, ladies and gentlemen? No, it won't. He goes back to the pit, so we've got Swiss Tony still out on track. 2.5 seconds behind our race leader at the moment. Our qualifying leader at the moment, sorry. Into the first sector. Smoky Devil comes across the line. Provisional 3rd for him. Yomko coming around the last corner now. Our tier 2 promotion driver making his debut at tier 1 this evening. Currently sitting 5th and moves up to 3rd. Absolutely brilliant from Yomko at 1:32.7. Grandad's steering the final sector now. About to head into the last corner. Just in front of me, he does have another driver. So who is in front of him? Hovnov coming in the last corner, runs wide, so he's going to lose a bit of pace there. But he is 3 seconds behind our qualifying leader, Smithy, at the moment on provisional pole. Will Hovnov be able to do it? And he does. He moves up to 4th though. 2 seconds behind now. Where's Grandad Steve going to go? He's staying 7th, very unfortunate there. Swiss Tony is about to come across the line. 2.3 off the pace at the moment, ladies and gentlemen. 6th place. It looks like, for Swiss Tony. Yeah, Swiss Tony stays 6th. So, for our feature race, ladies and gentlemen, Smithy starts 1st. RDJ behind. Yomko in 3rd. Hovnov in 4th. Smoky Devil in 5th. Swiss Tony in 6th. Grandad Steer in 7th. ALTEL in 8th. H2 Malik in 9th. And I've got a black screen. There we go. H2 Malik in 9th, JR in 10th, Motory Morgan in 11th, Fal in 12th, Ollie Marr in 13th, and the early G pulls the short straw and has to start at the back. JR wins the sprint race and gets to start first of the drivers that were unable to qualify. Well, he's definitely been giving Mars bars to the race director this evening. Let's try and look at the comments. Let's see if anyone's commented. Feel free to comment who you think's going to win this one. At the moment we do have Smithy on pole, obviously saying that 1:30 lap in qualifying. Absolutely brilliant driving there from Smithy. On par with JR's pace in the sprint race. So there we go. Falgas, good race in the sprint, hopefully the same for the feature. Falgas currently starting in 12th, so he's got a lot of work to do to get back up to 4th position where he finished in the sprint race. Obviously Falgas using a controller, absolutely brilliant driving from him in these twisty tracks and in the CLIOs. And Falgas there saying, let's go teammate. Yeah, good luck team O2. One of you sitting on pole and one of you finishing in the top 5 of the sprint race. Absolutely brilliant driving from you pair this evening to get this season underway. There we go, ladies and gentlemen, the lights go about to go to green. Smithy's on pole at the moment. Will he do so out to the first corner? And the drivers are underway. RDJ looks to have got a better start there than Smithy. RDJ moves up to the lead. Hovnov gets an absolutely brilliant start around the outside of RDJ into turn 1. It looks like we're 3 wide, ladies and gentlemen. Hovnov pushed across, and it looks like we've got a crash in turn 1. Yellow flag in turn 1, ladies and gentlemen. Smithy manages to get away with it, but just behind we've got a massive battle on 3 wide in 2 rows. AL Tal on the inside there. Grandad Steam moves up in front of him into this left-hander. Everyone managing to get through safely. So it looks like JR, our sprint race winner, moves up to 7th position. Falgas, an absolutely brilliant start from him, up to 9th position from the back of the grid. The same for the only G. Both of them starting at the back of the grid. We've got this mid-pack battle going on at the moment, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely phenomenal racing from these drivers on lap 1 of this race. 20 laps to go of this exciting racing, ladies and gentlemen. So back in front to end lap 1 of this feature race. Smith is flying 2 seconds in front of our leader. A circus show there into the last corner. Smith is showing us those 2 wheels out of the last corner onto the finishing straight now. A brilliant first lap from Smithy there to get away with no issues. RDJ in 2nd still. AL Tal in 3rd. Hovnov in 4th. Yonko in 5th. JR, an absolutely phenomenal start with the only G there, managing to make it up, and Falgas into the top 10. So it looks like Ollie and Motoring Morgan, an early pit stop strategy, trying to get away from that traffic and get a good run out of the pit stop. So it looks like Morgan's jumped Ollie in the pits. Hopefully they can keep it tactical and manage to get out and out in front of the boys before they pit. There we go, our 2 first pit stop drivers out back on track. So we've got now Swiss Tony out in lead. What has happened to Smithy on lap 2 of this race? It looks like he's dropped back, maybe spanning the first sector. Back up to 7th, so Swiss Tony, what has happened there? Maybe his first lap was invalidated. I don't know what's happened now, ladies and gentlemen. But RDJ in the lead at the moment. Smithy just behind, 1.7 seconds behind, like we said earlier. RDJ never one to miss out on a brilliant feature race, qualifying well and getting away. He just runs wide down on that right-hander, clipping the curb, and it throws him wide. Smithy crawling back into RDJ now. The gap down to 7th, sorry. Just behind though, I do see that monster energy delivery of the only G. He's caught back up. JR's lost a couple of the positions to those top 5 drivers, so the only G and Falgas got past JR there. Absolutely brilliant driving from these boys. The only G, Falgas and JR to make it up 5th, 6th and 7th after 3 laps starting at the back. Let's see what this battle's like for JR and Smithy. The 2 wide now as they come into the right-hander in the middle sector of lap 3. Falgas lets off to let JR through. Very safe driving from this pair. Let's see what it's like from Falgas' perspective to be all over the back of the championship leader at the moment. Into the last corner they go to start lap 4 now. Into the pits goes Hovnov. So just to let you know, ladies and gentlemen, obviously we do have a mandatory pit stop for this race, and at the moment Hovnov, Ollie and Motoring Morgan have all took their mandatory pit stops. That's why they're moving down the order. Let's jump back on trackside and see what's happening up at the front. It does look like the gaps come down between these top three. So we have got RDJ, Smithy and ALTEL battling it out for podium positions. The only G trying to catch 2.5 seconds behind our leader, with JR just behind him and within a second. This battle going on though for second position at the moment on lap 4 of this feature race. We're on board with ALTEL trying to chase in Smithy. ALTEL will be happy to just sit there at the moment. I personally know ALTEL's tactics are just to try and save tyre wear, and with it being only lap 4, he's not going to do anything stupid at the moment, as we're about to start lap 5 of this feature race. Yomko down in 7th position. We're on board with Malik, Grandad Steve just behind him at the moment. Motoring Morgan and Ollie look to be working together. Unfortunately, Ollie looks like he's got a penalty though. Let's have a look at that at the moment. A 10-second penalty, so it looks like he was speeding when he entered the pits. So that's not going to be very good for Ollie as they head into the last corner now. Smithy's all over the back of Rob now, coming through the middle sector of lap 5. Ladies and gentlemen, absolutely phenomenal racing from all these drivers, whether it be RDJ, Smithy, ALTEL, or just behind we see the battle there, Only G and Falgast and JR, who've come from the back of the grid all the way up to the top 5. Through the middle sector they go once more. RDJ under pressure from Smithy. Smithy less than 4 tenths behind now. Any mistakes made here from RDJ, Smithy will be happy to capitalise on them and get through and past into the race lead. ALTEL runs wide there out to that right hander, manages to keep it in a straight line though, doesn't make up any time, so it's not an issue. Smithy's going up the inside into the last corner to start lap 6. Ladies and gentlemen, a brilliant overtake there from Smithy. Smithy is our race leader with 2 wide across the line to start lap 6 here at Motive Racing for our feature race in the seasonal opener. RDJ takes back the lead into turn 1 on lap 6. Smithy's around the outside though. Smithy's later on the brakes. Will he get it done round the outside? He is back in the lead. Absolutely phenomenal racing from our tier 1 drivers. Smithy not wanting to wait around. They all run wide there, pushing to the absolute limits here at Ruapuna Park. RDJ back up the inside through the hairpin there. Smithy loses the lead with 2 wide, ladies and gentlemen. Coming through the chicane now shortly, Smithy will have the inside line, and he does so. A slight touch there, but now Rob's back on the inside. Rob doesn't manage to keep the pace on the outside there and has to give up to the position. Smithy is our race leader, ladies and gentlemen. What a battle for first position here. We've got 4 drivers all within a second, and JR just sitting there in 5th position, happy to do so at the moment. Wow. There we go, a comment from DJ Phil again. Go go JR, absolutely go go RDJ, sorry. Absolutely phenomenal driving from these boys at the moment. RDJ runs wide. Is the only G going to capitalise on that? And it looks like we're 2 wide again, ladies and gentlemen. The only G on the inside for turn 1. He backs off slightly, and it looks like JR is in the pits now, ladies and gentlemen. Our championship leader is in the pits, so he doesn't want to get stuck behind that traffic of these top 4. He wants to be able to use that pace he has shown in the sprint race and catapult himself in front of these boys after they've pit stopped. So Smithy runs wide again through the long right hander there. RDJ sitting in second, we're on board of him. The only G just sitting all over the back of Rob's bumper. ALTAL happy to sit back as usual, save those tyres till the end of the race. There we go, we'll jump on board now on roof cam of the only G. He manages to go up the inside of Rob. And the only G is up to second, ladies and gentlemen, through the middle sector. So Rob drops down to third, very unfortunate. The only G is looking to chase down Smithy now and be able to get a good gap and be able to get away from JR after he's done his pit stop. So JR has done his pit stop now. He's dropped down to 8th position, 26 seconds behind our race leader Smithy. So it does look like your pit stop is going to take about 25 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. So it's going to be very close after these boys have pit stopped. Feel free to comment down below who you think is going to win this race, or comment anything, because I'm on my own this evening. Andy is currently taking a driving test at Daytona Road Course, and I'd like to know how your day's going or anything. And coming towards the end of lap 8 now, we see Smithy, still our race leader, all over the back of him though. We've got the only G. Around the last corner they go. The only G takes a tighter line, closes that gap in. Will he get the run on Smithy? Will he be able to go up the inside into turn 1 and take the race lead? Absolutely phenomenal race so far. On to lap 9, the only G started from the back of the grid, clawed his way up to second, and now only a 10th off the race lead. And the only G looks like he's on the inside now for this right-hander. We're too wide, ladies and gentlemen. He backs off a little bit now. Let Smithy through. Smithy hits that curb again. It throws him over the track. ALTAL and Rob, we see at the back of the picture, having a little battle of their own for third position. So it looks like G's dropped off a little bit. This 4-car battle still going on. Let's look further down the pack. Motory, Morgan and Malik having a little battle, but let's just remember our provisional race leader at the moment, JR, with Motory Morgan 3 seconds behind him. Then I think it is Ollie, but Ollie does have a 10-second penalty, unfortunately, for speeding in the pits. Back up at the front though, Smithy, our race leader, has pitted. The only G is left out on track with ALTAL just behind him. So let's see where Smithy comes out. Let's bring up the track map, ladies and gentlemen. So you see him there going through the pits. Let's join on board with JR. JR coming through the last sector now. We've got 2 cars in the pits, Smithy and Falgast. JR coming into the last corner now. Smithy is moving and heading out to the pits. Where is he going to bring JR out? Is JR going to take the provisional race lead, or is Smithy still going to be out in front? JR's got the pace, but Smithy's out of the pits. What's going to happen into turn 1, ladies and gentlemen? There we go. Smithy is still our provisional race leader. 3 cars in front of him, but they haven't pitted yet. There we go. Absolutely phenomenal pit stop there for Smithy. ALTAL still putting pressure on the only G. Both of these boys still haven't pitted. So further down the running order, we have got obviously JR and Smithy having this little battle going on now. This is for the race lead at the moment. Obviously the three boys we see on the track map in front coming towards the finish line now haven't pitted at the moment, so we'll have to find out where they come out. We have got a battle going on with Ollie and Motoring Morgan. Ollie and Malik. Malik just runs wide there at the back of your picture. It does allow Smoky Devil to capitalise on that though. Smoky Devil all over the back of Malik now as they head towards the end of lap 11 of 20. Lap 10, sorry, ladies and gentlemen. And we've got a battle here at the back of the grid though. Grandad Steer and Hovnov. I think these boys have pitted, so that's why they're at the back. And back at the front we have still got the only GR race leader at the moment. Looks to have brought out a gap to ALTAL and RDJ. RDJ too wide with ALTAL there. Coming through the middle sector now. So, ladies and gentlemen, all we can keep our eye on at the moment is the battle between Smithy and JR, and when these three boys in front are going to pit. Is it going to be this lap? They do have 9 laps left to do so. It's as to whether they can keep this pace up with tyre wear out in front. And there we go, the only G is in the pits, ladies and gentlemen. Our race leader back in the pits now, so Smithy, our provisional race leader, coming towards T3 now with JR all over the back of him. We can see there on the track map only G in the pits, and he's come to a stop. These boys coming into the last corner now. Will G get it going straight away? It did look like there G's backed up in the pit, so he might have had a problem there. He might have gone past his pit box, and Smithy JR just coast straight past him. So it did look like something happened in the pit stop there for the only G. JR looking for opportunities to get past Smithy here. Let's have a look at the timings as we start lap 12, ladies and gentlemen. A 1:29 from JR lock and load at the moment. Absolutely brilliant lap time there. Our only driver to be doing 1:29s. Further up the field though, we do have a battle going on between RDJ and ALTAL, but our provisional race leaders at the moment, RDJ and Smithy. Unfortunately, due to that problem in the pits, the only G's dropped down to 7th. We were expecting him to come out at this battle with these pair. Unfortunately, something happened in the pits, I'm not quite sure, but it did look like he was moving. Maybe he missed his pit box and went in the wrong one. But it's left with these two at the moment as they come into sector 3 on lap 12. None of the boys in front, ALTAL or Rob, are yet to pit. And we look further down the grid, 6th position, Ollie has a 10-second penalty unfortunately, so that's going to drop him down to possibly 12th or 11th at this rate, depending what happens throughout these last 8 laps. So there we go, our race leaders at the moment into sector 2. ALTAL just sitting behind Rob. Very happy to do so, no pressure put under him. They just want to try and increase this gap. 20 seconds behind we have Smithy, our provisional race leader. Obviously those pair have pitted just behind this battle going on. Does look like though JR's had a problem. JR's had a problem, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what's happened. We didn't catch that on stream, very unfortunately. But JR has had a problem. He's backed off from Smithy. Motoring Morgan moves up to a provisional second, looking to catch up to Smithy now. So there we go, our two provisional race leaders in the pits, RDJ and ALTAL coming out of the pits now. Smithy takes the race lead, and it looks like RDJ's come out in 4th position behind JR, so it does look like we're going to have that 4-car battle again for the race win. Smithy makes a mistake, he'll drop down to 4th. This is how close it is, ladies and gentlemen. Lap 14 of the feature race of our seasonal opener here at Motive Racing in the CLIO Cup Championship. We are live at Ruapuna Park this evening. Feel free to like and comment, ladies and gentlemen. Smithy clawing that gap even more, 2 seconds to Motory Morgan, now coming under pressure from JR into the last corner to start the last 5 laps of this feature race here at Motive Racing. Absolutely phenomenal driving from all our boys this evening. Unfortunately, a slight touch of wheels off the start from mid-pack drivers, but obviously with 14 drivers trying to use the same part of track, but everyone did manage to get away perfectly. Rob moved up to 2nd position off the start, unfortunately dropped down to 4th after his pit stop. ALTAL now in 5th, not the best pit stop from him. Rob capitalising on that. A 6-second gap between those pair now. It does look like we have got a battle on for 2nd position though. There we are, JR lock and load, 2nd position at the moment. A lot of pressure coming from these two behind. Motory Morgan, RDJ all over the bumper of Motory Morgan at the moment. We're on board with RDJ, starting lap 16 it is now, ladies and gentlemen, here at Ruapuna Park. Absolutely brilliant driving from these boys. We just saw there JR getting a little bit squirrely off the curb. We've seen that all night long. All the boys have been pushing through that left-hander as fast as they can. Lap 16 out of 20. These three battling out for 2nd position. We see Smithy out in the distance in that pink and white car, purple and white, sorry, trying to push away from these boys, not wanting to battle, happy to take the win this evening. JR 2nd position under a lot of pressure. Morgan in 3rd, a phenomenal race from him. Pitted early with Ollie and managed to claw his way back up. Unfortunately, Ollie speeding in the pits. He did incur a penalty, a 10-second penalty it was, but it looks like the only G's just overtaken him. ALTAL sitting behind Ollie now, so obviously ALTAL will be happy to do so, knowing that Ollie has that 10-second penalty. And on lap 16 now, your race leader Smithy comes across the line. 4 laps to go, ladies and gentlemen. You're joined here at Motive Racing with Honey Badger. Unfortunately, Andy isn't here this evening. He is on a crash course at Daytona Road Course. Still on L plates, the fella is, but we hope he can join us on Friday for the GT5 seasonal opener. Falgas under a lot of pressure from Yonko now. It didn't look like he had the best of pit stops, dropped down to 8th position. But still a phenomenal evening of racing from him on the controller, as usual, showing these boys how it's done. Up at the front though, it does look like JR's clawed his way back into the Smithy. Still under a lot of pressure though from RDJ and Motory Morgan. None of these boys wanting to give up at the end of this race, pushing these cars as hard as they can. There we go, your 4-car battle with 3 laps to go, ladies and gentlemen, into that fast right hand, and then they'll switch to the left. Onto the back straight we go again, ladies and gentlemen. Put your hands together for these drivers. Comment down below who you think is going to take this one. Is JR going to manage to get past Smithy, that 5/10 gap now, or is there going to be a crash, and will RDJ manage to get the win? There's still a battle going on for 5th position though as they come through the last corner. The only G out in front, AL Tal, currently sitting provisionally 6th position. Ollie obviously has that 10-second penalty as they start lap 18, sorry ladies and gentlemen. It looks like RDJ's ran wide out of the second corner. Very unfortunate, he manages to let these 3 boys get away, so this is your provisional podium at the moment, ladies and gentlemen. Morgan gets a brilliant run there on the curbs. He's going to try and go for the inside. JR blocks it, and Morgan wants to try and get past JR now. Knows he can, knows he has the pace, with 2 laps to go now. These 3 boys showing the pace throughout the night. It's been an absolutely brilliant evening to start season 2 here at Motive Racing for our tier 1 boys. As you can see, the class of drivers we have here. JR looking for any opportunity now to get past Smithy. He knows it's towards the end of the race. He knows he needs to get it done soon. He knows he doesn't have much time. There is 3 tenths between him and Smithy. And it looks like there is still a battle going on here. Hayaltal's got past Ollie, but he runs wide out of that right-hander. The only G, a brilliant race from him as well. Not much has been said to him after he messed up in the pit stop. But lap 19, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to watch this battle all the way through till the end of the race. Not much else is going on. Our 3 drivers are provisional podium sitters at the moment, coming round the first couple of corners in a line within 4 tenths of each other. This is absolutely brilliant racing here at Motive Racing. We just see there JR clips the curb and it throws him wide again. All the drivers are managing to do that this evening. Smithy getting a small cap now. Motory Morgan manages to get past JR. JR is not going to be happy about that. He'll want to capitalise on that ASAP. He is our championship leader at the moment. But as it looks, it will be, if the positions stay the same with Motory Morgan coming second, JR and Motory Morgan will be sat both championship leaders. Morgan did come second in the sprint race and JR won the sprint race. Positions have been changed obviously for the feature race. It looks like Smithy's coming up on some traffic now, so will he be able to slipstream as he enters the last corner now to start his last lap? That driver very kindly runs wide into the wall. I don't know who that was, but he manages to get it going. We're on the last lap, ladies and gentlemen. Comment down below who you think is going to take this one. Is Smithy going to keep that 5/10 gap and run away with this one? We have a perfect race from himself. JR's looking for any opportunity to get past Motory Morgan, our championship leader at the moment. JR sitting 3rd. Motory Morgan's managed to make his way up the pack into 2nd position. He is only 4 tenths behind your race leader. We're on board with Smithy into the 2nd sector. He's about to go shortly. Morgan runs wide but manages to keep it going. He's going to go defensive into the hairpin. Defensive as he can. He pushes JR off the track there. The boys are still going though. Absolutely phenomenal racing here. The 3-car battle's gone all the way through the race. Tactical pit stops throughout, and Smithy's come off best at the moment. 5 tenths, as I say, between these boys as they come into sector 3 now. Is anyone going to be able to get past into the last corner and onto the straight? Slipstreaming is going to be the biggest thing now. Who's going to be able to get past? There is 5 tenths between these drivers, ladies and gentlemen. Over 20 laps. Nothing has divided these drivers. We're going to head towards the last corner now, ladies and gentlemen. What is JR going to do? What is Motoring Morgan going to do? Smithy 3 tenths in front now. He comes into the last corner. Nothing looks like it can be done now. Is JR going to be able to get past Motoring Morgan? It looks like this is your podium set in stone, ladies and gentlemen. JR's looking for any possible decision to be made. That's your positions, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely phenomenal racing from Smithy, Motoring Morgan, JR. RGJ is about to come across the line to take 4th. The only G takes 5th. Absolutely brilliant drive from him, coming from the back of the grid up to 5th. AL Tal takes 6th. A bad pit stop from him and the only G. Ollie unfortunately has that 10-second penalty, so he won't finish 7th. Oh, yes, he will finish 7th, sorry about that. Looking at the timing sheet now, Yomko, a little battle going on with Falguest. Looks like he had a bad pit stop. He was up there at the front with the boys, and Falguest is going to come away with 9th this evening in the feature race. Grandad Steve coming across the line to take 10th now. Brilliant race there, and Hovnov takes 11th position in the feature race here at Motive Racing for Tier 1 this evening. Smoky Devil in 11th. It looks like something's wrong with his setup or car this evening. He hasn't been on the best pace he can be on, and Malik looks like he's already finished. An absolutely phenomenal race from these top 3 boys. We're going to try and get them in the commentating booth now. Wow, what a race, ladies and gentlemen. Feel free to leave a comment for those boys. Motoring Morgan, JR and Smithy. Let's get them in the commentating booth. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. There's the results for your feature race for the Tier 1 seasonal opener here at Motive Racing. Smithy takes the win by 0.1, just behind Motoring Morgan. 0.4 behind your winner, JR. Then we have RDJ, the only G in 5th. AL Tell in 6th. Ollie Moore in 7th. Yomko in 8th. Falguest in 9th, Grandad Stee in 10th, Hovnov in 11th, Smoky Devil comes 12th, and Malik comes last, unfortunately, in 13th. We have in our commentating booth our race winner, Smithy. How was that for you, mate?
Oh, a bit sketchy, mate. Carl struggling to turn into some left-handers, like, so I was in another handy.
I noticed, mate, you did manage to get a gap, but unfortunately JR did catch up. But you did manage to take the win. How was that for you in the feature race? You did get on pole and you managed to just get away.
Yeah, I did what I needed to do, mate. The first race I got took out, first corner was mayhem. Just plugged away, got, I think it was 7th, I think, was it, something like that. Absolutely
brilliant, mate. Well done to O2 Racing Team this evening.
Yeah, I'm going to be the happiest player now, mate, with our first one this season.
Well done, Morgan. Brilliant race in the second race this evening for the feature. How was that for you, chasing down Smithy all the way?
Oh, it was a tough race. Yeah, well, so strategy was good. Took a lap 1, get out the traffic. Made a couple of mistakes. I probably could have turned around and punished Smithy if I didn't make those mistakes after I pitted. But all in all, good race.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant. Those last couple of laps, I saw you trying to defend off JR. A little bit of contact, but phenomenal racing from you, top 3 and 4 boys.
Yeah, it was a very aggressive defence move from me. You know, he got a better run out of left hand towards the hairpin. I tried to block it. We must have had a tiny little overlap on bumpers. Hence why he moved onto the grass, but in my view he was nowhere near alongside me till move.
Yeah, it was a fair race, brilliant racing. Obviously you boys are all experienced and you know what you're doing, as shown. 4 attempts between the top 3. Definitely going to carry on throughout the season, I guess.
Let's hope so. Okay, good race.
Yeah, well done, Morgan.
Good win, Smithy. Well done, mate. Cheers, mate. Thank you very much. Good race. No worries, you too.
There we go, ladies and gentlemen. We spoke there to our race winner and our second position driver. Feel free to join us on Friday. Well done, boys. Feel free to join us on Friday for our GT5 race. which is going to be our seasonal opener again at I don't know where it's at, but it is going to be absolutely brilliant racing again from these boys, as we saw there.